moving to the revenue side of the picture and looking at fares, we know from the Bureau of Labor Statistics that the average price for all goods and services paid by consumers in this country rose 33.3% from 2000 to 2012. By definition, anything that rises faster than 33% at that time is deemed to have increased in real terms. Anything that rises less than the US CPI is deemed to have decreased in real terms. Consistent story over the deregulated period is that the airlines have fallen well below inflation, and that was no exception in this time period, rising 13.5% for domestic round-trip fares per the Department of Transportation during that period. If you include ancillary revenues, it's 19.9%. Therefore, in inflation-adjusted terms, they fell. The input costs, including fuel, but everything else, for airlines rose 104.9% during that period. It's no surprise then that we were less profitable in 2012 than we were in 2000. Okay? So if we look at this then in real terms and chart it on an inflation-adjusted basis, just like when the nation reports GDP, they report real GDP, not nominal GDP, because you don't want it to be colored by inflationary aspects. If we look at purely what people are paying on a round-trip basis, excluding taxes, we look at the gray line, and we see that from 2000 through the first 3 quarters of last year, and DOT has not yet released the 4th quarter, they fell 15%. If we include ancillary revenues, they fell 10%, and that's the second red arrow here. Okay? So those are the 2 major inputs to the year-over-year changes in earnings. Again, these are for 10 carriers who've reported publicly thus far. They're listed at the bottom of slide 6. Operating revenues up 4.5% last year. Passenger, cargo, ancillary, you name it. That's the good news. The bad news, expenses up 4.7%. People often point to fuel, but fuel was not alone. Wages and benefits, landing fees and rents, maintenance, aircraft depreciation, other, non-op, interest. Every cost category rose on a year-over-year basis, every single one. What's so profound about fuel is that we use enough of it where a small increase in price, and we haven't really had small increases, can make a profound increase in your expenses, which are now 35, 36% on average last year of the industry's expenses.